Hello, everyone. Welcome to the What's Cooking Show. I'm your host, Chef Jason Huguet, and I'm here with Crystal Huguet, my wife. And we are at our home for the first time on the What's Cooking Show, and we have a very special dish for you today. Crystal, give me a real quick rundown of what we're going to be making today.
Just briefly, everyone's asking for like home cooking. So we're gonna do actually what we cooked for supper last night. Axis deer neck in a gravy with some lima beans. So y'all join us back for more was cooking.
All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. We are making one of my favorite dishes, and it is Axis neck steaks that I actually put on my meat saw. A big neck from a trophy Axis that Crystal killed. We'll talk about more in a little bit. But actually put it on my meat saw and basically cut steaks out of it. It makes a wonderful gravy because there's a lot of bone in it, a lot of flavor. So tell us how are you going to start this dish for us today, wifey?
Well, so I actually seasoned these up last night and had them marinating overnight with just a bunch of different seasoning, all of which you could find at your local Piggly Wiggly and Cash Saver. I normally just do a traditional red pepper, black pepper, salt, and maybe a little onion and garlic powder at the end. You want to be careful with that so it doesn't burn. But so we have that here, and actually before we start, I'm gonna put some oil in my pot.
I got your pan hot, your pot hot. So you'll preheat the pot.
Yeah.
A little oil.
Get your pot hot, and it's hot. Jason got it.
Now it's on low now because it was starting to smoke. So
well,
we're good. Go ahead. It's hot.
I like to cook on high.
Yeah, we know. You don't want it too high.
All right. So pretty much just going to let that brown. Like Jason said, you don't want it too high. It will burn your seasoning. You just want it browning. And it takes a little while, but you want to get a nice brown on each side. That's what makes your gravy.
Yeah.
Good.
There's a difference between caramelizing and burning.
Right. 100%. I know that. I almost burnt our supper last night, but
I saw it was
sorry.
I shouldn't say it on camera, but I saw it was this color them gloves. But
that's not true.
Some of it at one point it was
not true. Negative. So while we have that going, I always do a little sausage in my gravy. So this is just smoked sausage.
What kind?
Today we have elk sausage that Jason killed in Colorado on one of his many trips there. But you can get any smoked sausage, your favorite, from your local store.
This is our favorite sausage we use at home. We have an excess of it, so instead of having to go to the store, we use this in pretty much everything. It's made locally by Mr. Gab Robin, who makes some of the best sausage you will ever eat.
Do you need a little bit of this sausage for your beans?
Actually, I'm not going to do that this morning because, so while you're doing that and you're browning your stuff, I want to just kind of take a minute to talk about side dish. So I'm making to complement the gravy. So we got some dried lima beans. Lima beans. These are some of our favorite things to eat at the side. We like limas. We like butter beans. We like all the beans. Black, red, white beans, all the other. But So just to kind of talk about Axis, so we're basically on Axis deer today. So I just want to kind of show everybody what we did here. Last year, I had a friend of mine ask me what I was going to do with the ribs of the Axis. And I told him, I said, hey, I usually don't mess with the ribs. It's like there's not enough meat on the ribs to really mess with. You know, some people fry the ribs. Sometimes it's just not tender enough for me to eat up the rib fried. And guy I was talking to said, you know, I have a friend and his wife, and they keep all the ribs on every animal they ever kill. And I said, really? Okay, well, you know, if they feel like doing that, that's everybody teaches on. And he said, well, no, what they do is they take the ribs and they smoke them, and then they cut them on a meat saw. I actually cut mine ahead of time and seasoned, and I smoked them. And so basically, you're using as much of the animal as you possibly can without throwing and discarding the, you know, parts of the animal. And so, yes, the meat is a little tough, but I use it like tasso.
Mm-hmm.
So you also have the bone in there that gives it flavor. And then you have the smokiness of like what tasso would be.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time your beans are cooked and everything, you can just like eat the meat off the bone. And it works. And I just like knowing that I'm utilizing as much of the animal as I possibly can without just wasting it.
Right.
Also, one thing I do love is this is homemade slab bacon that I made from scratch. And basically, I put this in I think I brined this for 5-6 days. Mm-hmm. And then I put it on my smoker for 5-6 hours. And you can just see like that fat cap is beautiful from the inside. And I like using slab bacon on all of my bean dishes.
Mm-hmm.
Because by the time it's actually, your beans are cooked, your little chunks of slab bacon that we're going to use later, it just like heaven in your mouth. It's just like,
well, it melts. It literally melts in your mouth.
Literally melts in your mouth.
Yeah, so good.
And that's one of my favorite things. You can smell the smoke on it. Really good smoke. I use pecan and cherry wood on these. So it's not very harsh, strong smoke. It's just right. And so how we looking? You want to take a little break?
We're looking good. I flipped them. I kind of turned them a little lower while you were talking, but they looking good. Takes a little while to brown meat really well.
Well, if you want to brown it properly, of course.
Yeah. So, yeah, we can take a little break and come back while we let that brown. And
let's do that. We'll come back. I'll cut your onions, and we'll.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah. As back more what's cooking. Welcome back to the show, everyone. We are here at our house in our kitchen. Crystal got her neck steaks browning pretty good. It smells great. Well, where we at?
Yes. Well, right now, so the neck steaks are just about done browning. I'm gonna pull them out and I'm gonna brown my sausage. Jason's gonna cut up some onions for me. And then I think he's gonna start doing his beans while we're letting all that roll.
Yes,
so,
ma'am.
You go ahead and be my sous chef and cut my onions for me this time.
Yeah, you played that in your head a few times.
Yes, I sure did. I love it.
All right. So I have my slab bacon going right now. Some of my little ribs. And I don't like to put too much oil at all because our slab bacon is going to make plenty enough fat for us.
Yeah.
So Crystal's going to put her sausage in. I'm gonna cut her onions just because that's the kind of guy I am, not because anybody told me to or asked.
If the camera was pointed on me, y'all would have saw my eyes roll. Okay. Here, I'll put them closer to you.
That's a good idea. All right.
All right.
It's one of the sharpest knives I've ever owned. I don't even know what the brand is. This is the one we got at
The food show.
Yep. Not only is it sharp, it stays sharp. High quality blade.
Mm-hmm.
I would buy another one just because it's such a great knife. Sharp. That's very good for you, huh?
Yeah.
I don't need a whole lot. I'll take the smaller onion.
Yeah.
And not use the whole thing either.
I didn't see something.
Yep.
I need a wooden spoon for your pot, honey.
So yeah, this actually the neck that we are using today is a axis deer neck that Crystal harvested last Monday. Not this past Monday, but last Monday in Texas.
The day after Mother's Day.
The day after Mother's Day. We left after the crazy Mother's Day weekend. We left on a 6-hour road trip to Texas, and I think was it just a little bit north of Houston, and
So,
it's a place we've gone. It's our third trip. Good friends of ours that got a little ranch with axis deer, whitetail, and I know. So Crystal got invited to take a trophy axis deer that's beautiful. Some very unique characteristics. It had like a white face,
mm-hmm.
and actually the actual its coat just had a color I've never seen on axis deer. So I said we got to go. So this axis deer gave us a little run for our money. Didn't want to cooperate. It's like he wanted to live a little bit longer, but like I said, he gave us a run for our money. But we kind of were patient, and we overcame. And maybe we can put a few shots of that deer on you ought to see. Nice big heavy axis buck, trophy buck.
So while Jason's doing that, let me just mention a lot of the ingredients that you see here. I know Jason said he made his own slab bacon and the smoked neck rib bones,
and most people aren't going to do that themselves. So
but
slab
you
bacon.
can find all the seasonings, slab bacon, maybe not ribs, but like smoked neck bones,
pork necks,
turkey necks, anything like that. At your local Piggly Wiggly Cash Saver, 8410 Highway 182 North and 1305 Heather Drive.
They also make their own sausage. They have savoirs, Richards, if you prefer those.
All the onions, bell peppers, everything you need to make lima beans. They have dried beans if you don't like limas, anything. So y'all just go
canned if you don't like taking the time.
That's right.
You got it all. I think that's enough for both dishes.
I think so. And my pot is just about ready for
All right, let me see what you got going in my pocket.
some onions.
Mine is too.
Smells good.
I'm gonna bring it for you. So I don't want you to spill. You ready for onions now? Mine is.
Yes, come on, honey.
Take what you want. I need some too.
Okay.
There's plenty for both of us. I'm gonna share my onions with you. That's probably about it.
All right. This is probably all you're going to need. And I need bell pepper.
I think got garlic and all that stuff.
All right. So that's about what we're going to do. Once you have everything, go ahead.
Okay. So I got to do my own.
Once you have all your stuff browned down, your meat, your sausages all ready, you're going to add your onions, bell peppers. I don't add my garlic until after all my onions and bell peppers are kind of wilted down.
Towards me.
Yes, because garlic tends to burn if you're not careful. So you just want to allow your onions and bell peppers time to kind of brown down in your pot before you do that.
I got the garlic right there.
So that's all looking good. I guess we can maybe take a break and kind of let that go while
It's time for a break, actually.
while the onions and stuff are cooking. We can take a break, and when we come back, we'll show y'all how to finish everything up.
And played our final dish. Join us back for What's Cooking. Welcome back to the show, everybody. We are finishing up our dish for the day. So, Crystal, tell us where we at.
Okay, so at this moment, I put my garlic in my pot. It's all the onions and garlic, bell peppers. They're all browned down with the sausage. I'm gonna add back my deer steaks, and then we'll add a little bit of water. Usually I do like some chicken broth, but you can use water. It all comes out just as good to make my gravy. So we'll get our steaks added back.
I love neck steaks.
You have to add the juice.
I like neck roast, but it's a lot easier to eat when it's fully cooked and ready to eat when it's like that.
Just kind of stir that in and then crank our heat up just a little bit. And we'll add a little water. This is what's going to make your gravy. And so
It must smell good. Jolie's in come and investigate. So I think she's approving.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to drain my lima beans.
So I'm going to go ahead and cover this while Jason's doing that. I'm going to put my fire up just a little bit to where it'll start kind of smothering down. And he's going to
So I
get
drain
to
my
his
beans.
lima beans.
I'm going to add them. All right. Give me, I need a little water in there, please.
Sure.
Crank my heat up a little bit. Oh, it's going to be good. We got some smoky slab bacon, our little ribs. It's so good when you just kind of like sip it off the bone.
Tell me how much you want.
A little more, you can put it because I'm going to cook that down.
You need some more?
Oh, that's good for now. We soak these overnight. It's not a must, obviously. If you press for time, you don't have to soak them, obviously. It's something that I do when I have them in it, free moment, because obviously it takes a whole lot less time to cook. And, so that's that.
That's that. So while all that's kind of cooking down, basically, show purposes, we did prepare a finished product for y'all. But most of the ingredients that we did have on our table, you can find at Piggly Wiggly. Cash Saver, 8410 Highway 182 North and 1305 Heather Drive. And just a little extra for y'all today. I'm sure everyone who's been watching the show before my time remembers Joey. So I surprised Jason with this last night. And I think it's just such a good picture of them both. So we're going to put that right there. And my food is a little spicy for you, Joe. So we just to get that, I thought it was a super cool pick. Matt helped me get.
Don't be surprised if you see it in the future. The near future and the long-term future.
Yeah.
Like what was Joey saying? It always needs more spice.
Yeah.
What, cat?
Yeah. Oh goodness. Okay, well,
All right,
so
let's go ahead and
let's do you want to grab your I can grab your beans for you.
yeah, just put it right there.
Put that right here. And then we'll probably get a little spoon for that. And then a little spoon to serve. Well, I got it, honey.
That's good right there. You read my mind.
Take it. Take it.
Well, yeah, look. So we got our little rib pieces. What?
So I'll go ahead and open that up for y'all to see. So this is our finished product. This is what it should look like. The meat's super tender. Pretty much you can falls off the bone, and I'll plate it up for y'all, but the gravy should be thick and
I don't like fall off the bone like people say. If you cook it down, I don't mean that, but I like to cook mine where you still have to pull it off the bone but it's super tender.
yeah.
Like, a lot of times we go to people's house or whatever and they cook it and the mess falling off the bone. I don't want it falling off the bone in the gravy. I don't want bones in the gravy. So this is what we got. We have a little.
This
just
is my
a little
version of falling off the bone.
Right.
Not really falling off the bone, but
all right. Give me a little plate of rice.
All right.
Let's do this. A couple minutes left.
Let's see. I'll stick this back here. We cooked our little rice and our fancy smancy Hitachi.
I love those little rice pots. If you're ever looking for one and wondering where in the world did Jason get his, because I have 3 or 4 of them, just go on eBay and search Hitachi rice pot. There's bunches of them.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone can get it. Watch, hold on, wait. Let me show you something. Offset it. Mm-hmm. Now just leave me a little room for my beans.
Baby, who's cooking here?
Well, both of us.
I did the work today.
Both of us. There's 2 pots here.
Where's that wood? Hold on. I got something for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And one of our viewers is going to just love it.
Mr.
Ivan
Bergon.
Mm-hmm. Hang
Ivan's
on.
Locksmith, Opelousas, Louisiana.
So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to put this whole thing on there for y'all to see. If I can get it out the pot.
All right. Off the rim.
Baby,
Off the rim.
I'm not the chef, okay?
I'm trying to show you. We're going to have a pretty plate
All right,
today.
honey. Here we go. Go ahead and put your beans. And while you're doing that, there you go.
It has to
Did
look
you get
amazing.
that, Matt? Did you get that?
Okay, once
That's
it's
for
enough.
Mr. Ivan. He's been after me, and I got it for you.
Ivan Bergon. So I can't wait till next time he comes to the restaurant. He's going to come to the back, like always. Oh, yeah. I told her she'd been needing to hit you with that spoon.
We can say, you must not have watched the last episode then.
Yeah, you slacking if you're still telling me that.
So that's our finished product, and y'all just try it. It's so good.
It's delicious. We're about to eat this, us and Mr. Cameraman and Audrey.
Yes.
And she's like, oh, I do too. So, all right, well, join us back next week for more What's Cooking.